It's official, Game of Thrones is headed to movie theaters. And it's based on one of those stories fans have been wanting for years. It was reported yesterday that a Game of Thrones film is officially in the works at Warner Brothers with Beau Willimon on board as writer, and as you can see here, his most recent work is Andor for Lucasfilm. And he wasn't just involved or part of the team, he is solely responsible for the Narkina 5 arc in Season 1 and Mon Mothma's speech and rescue story from Season 2. This is great news. We have been begging and pleading to see this franchise on the big screen for years. But while there is no confirmation on what the film is, there have been multiple conflicting reports floating around about what type of story they want to tell. This has kind of been loosely confirmed, but it seems like Beau Willimon is working on a film version of Aegon's Conquest, which is arguably the #1 story people have been asking for. And I say film version because in February of 2024, 2 years ago, Warner Brothers announced an official spin-off series on Aegon's Conquest that was being written by Matt Tomlin, who worked on the Batman. And this was all confirmed in yesterday's report that apparently right now at Warner Brothers, there are rival scripts happening about Aegon's Conquest, one coming from Beau Willimon being the film and the other a TV series from Matt Tomlin. This also makes a ton of sense because in recent months we have heard a lot of rumblings about Warner Brothers wanting a Game of Thrones movie franchise that is inspired by the scale and style of Dune. And from what I know about the Westeros lore, there are only really 2 stories that fit that mold, one of them being Aegon's Conquest, and the other being Robert's Rebellion, which is no doubt the one story fans want just as much as Aegon Targaryen. But it is interesting because there is a stage play coming for Robert's Rebellion, and I'm curious if that's laying the groundwork for an official screen adaptation. But if it was up to me, which obviously it's not, Beau Willimon's film would be about Aegon's Conquest. This is the one thing I want to see from this universe. And while I do think Matt Tomlin can create a very good TV series about this story, the idea of seeing Aegon in a movie franchise that is inspired by Dune gets me hyped the fuck up. And if that does happen, it's gotta be Henry Cavill, right?